Hi, everyone. Happy Monday. I just got out of the OR and I'm about to head to the office, but I wanted to do this quick live with a special guest who I'm going to introduce in a minute. And I wanted to talk about this topic because I just came back from the menopause meeting in Orlando where there was so much talk about cardiovascular health in perimenopause, in postmenopause, what kinds of exercises should we be doing, weight loss, which is another huge topic that a lot of my patients are constantly asking me about. And so I wanted to discuss these topics with a coach and trainer and who I actually work with. So I am so excited to bring her on here. And ask her some questions about kind of nutrition and exercise, and also share some of my insights that I really believe in strongly. So I am going to bring on Lauren Van Keulen. Let's see. Lauren, Lauren, can you request to join me? Let's see. Shortly. Um, So we'll just wait for her to come on. And if you are watching this at a later time, please hit replay. And
Hey.
hi, hi.
Hi.
Great. Thanks for hopping on.
Yes, thank you
Um,
for having me. This is so exciting.
Yes. So I was just talking about how I came back from the menopause meeting and so much talk about cardiovascular health in women, especially around perimenopause and menopause, which I feel like I'm about to enter. And a lot of my patients are constantly asking, well, how do I lose this belly fat? How do I fit into my clothes again? These kinds of things. And there's all sorts of ideologies out there. But one of the things that really stood out to me at this meeting is they put up this slide, which I actually shared on my stories, that said, after all these years and decades of medical innovation, you're telling me to move more and eat less. And I was like, well, actually, yes. We all want shortcuts, but that doesn't always work. So I had a few questions for you, and then we can kind of just chat about it. So a lot of women think cardio is the key. I see people running on treadmills for hours on end, walking, which is great. But there's for some women, they really don't talk about strength. They talk about walking. They talk about going on the treadmill. They talk about biking or the Peloton. But what do you say to that? How do we really improve our longevity when it comes to exercise?
What I say to that is that if dumbbells aren't in your home or you're not picking them up a few days a week, then we're not doing the right work. Um, all of the things you mentioned are really great assets to have, but our foundation should live in lifting and strength training. We as women, and starting at the age, I'm sure you have the latest research from where you just were, but around the age of 30. And so while I'm just turned 40 and I train women between 30s, 60s plus, we need to start early. This isn't a wait until. It's like the second you can start focusing on strength training. Not, you mentioned nutrition and we want to lose the belly fat. Nutrition is a piece of the puzzle, and also strength training is where we increase our muscle, our lean muscle mass, and essentially decrease our body fat, which is extremely important into seeing all these visual results that we as women want.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. And especially around perimenopause, which can be late 30s, early 40s,
Mhm.
we automatically start losing muscle. And
Yeah.
so I often remind patients that, okay, in preparation for that, we actually have to start like a decade earlier than that, which, as you
Yeah.
said right from the 30s is a good time to start. So
Yeah.
yes, definitely weights, cardio is important, but weights is key, right? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Now, when we think about eating less, Now that is, or eating correctly, I should say. Not, I don't want this to be a restrictive term where we're trying to, starve ourselves and be hungry all the time. Um, but how do we still pay attention to nutrition and maybe count our macros and really be sensitive and mindful to what we're eating without feeling deprived? Because a lot of people, when we think about, oh, I got to keep track of what I'm eating, or oh, let me really pay attention, then they immediately think, oh, I don't want to be, depriving myself. So how do you answer that? Like, how do you work with that?
Well, there's a few different tips that I would say, and a lot of it is based around mindset, which is what you're mentioning, right? It's the thoughts that we have about what it is we need to do, or what it is, well, need is different than really want to do, right? And so, um, one thing that I really direct clients to is we can't change what we want if we don't have data. And so, one thing I lead them tracking, whether it is macro counting or it is um, focusing on your protein intake, or being conscious of about how much fat you might be eating. If we don't have the information of what we're currently doing, it's really hard to shift to a place that we can actually see results. This goes the same in fitness. Like, if we're always using the same weights for a long period of time and we're not pushing ourselves to challenge our muscles and get to a place of fatigue or progressive overload, our muscles aren't going to, our body is not going to change. And so I always come back to this saying of, like, for the sake of what? So if you really, unless we have the data, it's really hard to know. And so everything in Train for Life and what I do, that's why it's called Train for Life, is not about restriction. It's about longevity, it's about sustainability. And so deprivation is a conversation that I actually acknowledge often, because if we can't learn to eat in a way, or to have a mindset in a way, or train in a way that is for sustainability, we're not going to do it. And so I look at it from a place of data, of like, let's see what you're doing. We need to know. And tracking your food is a really, really, really effective way to do that, because you will know a lot of these, like, oh, the bites we're having here and there in between prepping the food for the kids, or, oh, I'm hungry, I'm just going to try a little something. It all adds up. And that could be possibly what's keeping us from losing the belly fat, or that 10 pounds that just seems to not go away. And so we gain evidence and data. Did I answer your question? I kind of went
Yes.
off in a few different places.
No, that's great because a lot of people will say, "Oh yeah, I eat really well." And then I ask people, "What did you have for breakfast?" "Oh, I had an egg. I had an egg today and I had a big bowl of yogurt, for example." And I was like, an egg is only 6 grams of protein, which I actually just found out, by the way, like 3 years ago, that an egg was only 6 grams of protein. But we think, oh, if we eat an egg, if we eat yogurt, well, that all sounds healthy. We eat a big bowl of oatmeal. But yes, like how many carbs are we eating in that? Are we getting enough protein? Is that really serving us for, the next 4 to 5 hours without, again, thinking, oh, I'm hungry, I'm going to just snack on something or eat that candy bar or whatever, right? So,
Mhm.
I've been doing this myself over the last month with you, and I've just really learned a lot of interesting insights. And as you said, without data, we can't really tweak things or kind of move forward. So I'm going to let you talk soon about kind of what we have coming up for the holidays. But before that, I wanted to ask you this question about what is the minimum requirement that women need in terms of moving the needle? So what I mean by that is, you know, we're busy professionals, we have kids, we are juggling multiple things. And when we start to think about training or exercising or longevity and all these buzzwords,
Mhm.
sometimes it's easy to just shut down being like, I don't have 8 hours to work out, like,
Yes.
all week. So
Yes.
in your mind, what would you say to somebody as like, hey, this is kind of like the least thing that's required to like actually start seeing changes?
So I am a big proponent, and this is exactly what we do in Train for Life. 2 to 3 days a week. Three would be my like golden ticket Two is like maybe I'm just starting a fitness program. I haven't really lifted weights before. And or I'm coming off of an injury or recovering postpartum, that type of thing. But if I'm like cleared to train 3 days a week, full body strength training workouts, you do not need 90 minutes in the gym. You don't need to do an hour on the step mill and then 30 minutes of weight training. I'm all about efficiency. And when you train right and you're using weights and you're hitting your full body, 3 workouts a week would be ideal. Give yourself a day in between. You can definitely, if you are focusing on your nutrition and you're moving your body during those 3 days, hitting strength training. The other days I give my clients, I tell them, like, those are the days you do what you love. Like, go for walks with your girlfriend, hit a hike, hop in the pool if you love to swim, use your Peloton and go on there. But those days aren't about insane intensity to where we can't allow our bodies to recover from our Tuesday, Thursday, additionally Saturday strength days. So you're outside of your 2 to 3 days are days that support you in getting your steps and allowing your body to recover. Things also in that aspect look like, taking up some salt baths, hydration, getting your sleep 7 to 9 hours a night. But that's how I would set them up. So in a week, we train Tuesday, Thursday, mostly Saturday or Sunday, pick a day. And then your other Monday, Wednesday, Friday, if you can get in steps, amazing. And again, none of this is beyond 45 minutes a day if you're looking at it from a time perspective. 30-minute walk, amazing. 10-minute walk on your lunch break, great. Any way you can get in some extra steps is always a benefit.
Great. I love that. And I just started working out with you as well. And we were both CrossFit people from back in the day.
Yeah.
So I've tried different things, working out by myself, working out with different programs, CrossFit, all the things. And I'm at the point where I'm like, okay, I need to be super efficient and I don't have time to do a cardio and then do a weight, in the same session. So like, how can I bang this out? Like be really efficient, but get the exercise that I need and just be
Yes.
more mindful of the eating. So I really love that. I love that whole idea of being efficient and, moving towards your goals. So
Yes.
as we come up on the holiday season, now I know that's another big mental block for many where they're like, oh, Thanksgiving is coming up, then we got Christmas, then we got traveling for the holidays. Forget it. Let me just start in the new year, right?
Yeah.
But we know that we can always come up with such reasons. Oh, I'm going to a conference. Oh, I'm traveling for the summer. Like there's never a good time, right?
Mhm.
So let's talk about kind of what you've put together for the next couple of months.
Okay. I'm so excited. So this is actually my fifth, I'm calling it the fifth edition. This is my 5th year running what is this year I am calling the Holiday Hustle Detox. So when you hear the word detox, almost everyone thinks it's nutrition. What are we doing? We have to cut calories, like she's going to put us on a strict diet. It has nothing to do with diet, actually. Although you will be fully supported, there are two coaching calls, excuse me, over this 8-week cycle. So from November 1st, which is actually coming up on Saturday, our first workout together as a community will be on Monday, November 3rd. But from November 1st through December 31st, you are fully supported through the holidays from your movement. The calendar is already done for you. The workouts are there. We will be hitting live um, about 12 workouts each month. There will be free choice workouts, which, so for those of you, if you're like, I'm traveling, I can't be virtual or I can't do, there will be body weight workouts, and there are also going to be free choice days in the calendar. So around Christmas and New Year's, you'll see free choice. You can hit play on anything you want in the on-demand library. Your goal is to just decide to move. So the idea behind this 8 weeks together is that you train through the holidays, and moving your body, showing up for yourself actually will give you more presence through your holidays. So you can enjoy the family time. You can enjoy the travel, the treats if you want them. and you don't leave the holidays like crawling out of this crater of like holiday hangover. So come January, you've already established a system, you've got movement, you have a little routine that might have felt chaotic, but you still did it. And then you have a really solid foundation going into the new year. So it's meant to support you as life happens, and as the holidays happen. So yeah, I'm very excited about it.
Great, great. Yes. So we will be posting a link right after this where you can sign up for this. Guys, I'm a part of this program. I started actually last month, and very intentionally as well. I knew the holidays were coming, and I was like, oh, do I really want to start a new thing? But I was like, okay, this is when I really need it. I really need that accountability. I really need that. Okay, it's already mapped out for me. I'm not just walking into the gym thinking, oh, what shall I do today? Right? Like, there's so much resistance in that you're like, oh, I just have 30 minutes. Like now I have to like figure out what to do. This is all done for you, right? So I love that aspect. So join us, join me, join Lauren in this incredible holiday hustle detox. We'll put the link, and we also have a special promotion for those who want something a little extra, right?
Yes. So for everyone who is either a patient of Dr. Prabakar or you're a follower here on here, currently the Holiday Hustle Detox is $50 off. So for the 2 months. And then additionally, if you use the code Dr. Prabakar, which we'll put in the post as well, you'll get an additional $10 off. So it's what is it? It ends up being $85 off the entire 2 months of training live or on demand. There's a whole community aspect, which is really special too. You're going to be training alongside women all over the world, which is really special. We all hit play at different times of the day. We'll all be everywhere, actually, all over the holidays. So it's
Yes.
really fun to also connect with like minded women who get it. They're trying to do all the same things you are. And it's an incredible source of inspiration and motivation for sure.
Yes, yes. So we'll put that code, we'll put the link. Would love for you guys to join us and yeah, just participate in something that is going to be so sustainable for you, where all that thinking and the planning has already been done. You just have to show up, put it in your calendar. I'm going to do these 3 days or, these 3 times. And by the end of the holidays, you're again not going to be crawling out, being like, oh, now I need New Year's resolutions. I need to start figuring out how I'm going to work out. You've already been practicing for 2 months and you're going to hit the ground running in the new year. So this is going to
Yes.
be such an exciting opportunity. And yeah, I would love to see all of you guys in the community. So send us, any questions. We'll put the information below. And yeah, we look forward to seeing you all. Any last minute
Yes. Yeah.
words, Lauren?
Oh, did
Oh,
I
anything?
disappear?
Oh,
Oh,
no.
no, I was going to say, if you have questions about any of it, obviously you can ask in the comments. You can send me a DM. I also do quick like onboarding calls with clients as soon as you become a client of mine anyways. So you'll get a personal outreach from me regardless. You're not going to be in this alone. So if you have hesitation or you're new, it will not be that way. I've got you. We've got you.
Yes.
So come join. It's going to be fun.
Yes, give yourself this gift, and
Yes.
also
I love that.
tag a friend who you think we've been really thinking about something new to do this upcoming year. Start now, and we it would be awesome to see you guys there. All
Yes.
right,
Yes. Thank you so much for
great.
having me on.
Thank you. Bye, Lauren. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. See you.
Bye.
Bye.